What's going on, guys? It's your man, Ed Hayes, the wholesale coach, here back for another episode of the Wholesaling Mastermind podcast, guys. And in this one, man, look, it's kind of hard to even put it into words, y'all. Like, I really mean it when I say it. My guy, Jamal, who you're all about to listen to right now, like, we've been working together for like a couple years now. I've been wanting to get this guy onto the podcast. We've been trying to coordinate it for so long, but we finally got it together, guys. I'm blessed to be able to say that my man's Jamal Rogers has come onto the podcast today to chat about his wholesaling business out in Ohio. He's out there crushing the game, guys. So I wanted him to come onto the podcast, share his journey with you all, like we've talked about for so long. And you know, be able to provide some game, some insight, all of that good stuff, as always, right here on this Wholesaling Mastermind podcast. So how is it going, my brother Jamal?
Man, it's doing good, man. Bless.
With me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Hey, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a...
Words can't explain. Bless.
Man,
glad I'm on, man. I know it's been a long time, but we here, perfect timing right now, Glad we here.
Hey, we made it happen, bro. We made it happen. Better now than never. Seriously, man. So, for the audience who may not know you, bro, maybe you can give them a little bit more of like a background, like who are you?
Well, my name is Jamal Rogers. A lot of people probably know me as sneak distance from a shoe salesman. but Jamal Rogers, real estate investor, wholesaler, / sneaker guy, that used to sell the stars, whatever. But now just focus on real estate right now. Like I said, I got into this, this is probably maybe like this time 2-3 years ago. Like, I think this time 2.5 years ago, maybe like July or June of 2018. Around that time. Well, that's the time when I met you, like around that time. I was trying to get started, I think at the beginning of 2018. I was having like a lot of hiccups. Basically didn't know what was going on. I was having like it was just like a shift that was going on in my life. I was trying to figure some things out from leaving from a job perspective. It was just like a lot that was going on. And one time how I got into how I actually learned about wholesaling. I was randomly just, I'd be watching the Breakfast Club, and I would just randomly just watching Breakfast Club. And I seen Mark Whitten on there. And he was just talking about wholesaling. And you know how most times you see stuff on TV, or internet or whatever, and people just be like, you could make money without using your cash. You just, you thinking it was like a scam or something like that. So I was just intrigued from then, and I was just watching like a lot of videos, a lot of different stuff, and I was just trying to do different things, trying to figure it out. I signed up for the class or whatever program we had. I was just still trying to figure it out, but I didn't really have like no hands-on person. There was a guy that we were doing it together that he actually messaged through the portal. He was Cleveland, and we was just both good dude. We just couldn't figure it out, man. I think we were just going about it just the backwards way. Like, we was getting buyers, but we can't close no deals. And then, like I said, I was just still trying to figure it out. And then I was in a whole bunch of Facebook groups, and then I would just seeing people talk about mentors, this and this and that, and like, you need to get a mentor. And I just like, at that time, I was like, man, I ain't about to spend no money on no mentor, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at that time, they was like talking like $15,000, $2,000, and at that time, I was still trying to figure things out myself, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just then I came across you, and I was saying, I think I seen somebody mention your name, and then and I see somebody mention your name, and I message you, and and I was just looking at your stuff, and then everything was just so transparent, and then it just went from there, and like it just, at first, like even though when we first got together and you was giving me information, I wasn't as focused as I should have been focused. I had like a lot of stuff that was going on distracting me. Like that's just with any business. Like if you're not trying to put 100 into whatever you're trying to do, you're never gonna get the end results. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So I had to learn that the hard way. Like I remember I would message you and call you, ask you stuff over and over and stuff like that, because I was just trying to figure it out. Then I had other people in my ear telling me how to do other stuff. And then I never forget, you was like, man, I got you, man. Like, I got you. And it was like, it was like while listening to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, when I got a mentor that's talking to me when I knew I needed to talk to him, and he, like, not just a mentor that's trying to get your money or sell you on a dream or something like that, that's really actually seeing how you was getting things done, you closing deals left and right, and that was just something I was just trying to a model that I was just trying to follow. And but I tell anybody this, like, man, it goes back to, if like I said, if you're not focused and you ain't putting 100% into anything, it's not gonna work. Like I honestly, that was, me and you got together. That was in August, and August of 2018. It probably took me about like 6 to 8 months to really click in my head. So to turn around to like 2019, I was still trying to figure it out. I think I was just going through like a spiral, a spiral. I was getting out of a relationship, and then, then I started wanting to get my spiritual together, and then bro and my mom passed. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it. I ain't trying to be one of them guys that be like harp on things, but I honestly look at it like the relationship. Not saying like a relationship would lead you to you got to go to church, you know what I'm saying, like that, but it opened me up to, because I was always into getting myself together with church, but that helped me deal with my mom passing. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like those things lined together, because if I wasn't already preparing myself, already going to church and getting my spiritual together and getting in tune with God, I wouldn't have been able to handle her death. And then once that happened, it just like a light bulb just hit me. And I'll never forget, like the day before she passed, me and my homeboys, we were just having a conversation at his house, and I was telling him, like, I was sitting in this living room just talking to him, just telling him, like, man, I'm about to do this real estate, man. I ain't about to sell no shoes. I ain't trying to get back into the shoe game. It was like a lot of stuff that was going on with that. And he was telling me, like, shout out to my guy Kev, like, he do his comedy. And he was like, he about to get focused on his comedy. And we were just talking about goals, and I would just, just talking to him. And then, like I said, the next day she passed. And then after that, like I said, light bulb just hit me. And then I was like, man, I got to figure something out. Like, even though I always been on my own, doing things on my own by myself, but it was just like, it just clicked in my head, like, man, you gotta figure it out. And then after that, I just started coming back to you, just got back to the basics again. And I just wanted just to start over. Like, I felt like, when you feel like you know something, you don't know something, even now today, like, I still feel like I wanted, like, refreshing my skills up now. But back then I was just, like, I was still talking to somebody else and working with somebody else. And they even told me that I wasn't focused, and they didn't want to work with me because I wasn't focused. And that was like part of the things that was just lifted me. And I just stayed focused into my prayer and everything. It just changed a lot of things in my life. And then once I did that, like, deals like start coming. Like, I never forget, my first deal was a condo. I don't know if you remember that condo I was telling you about. Yeah, I had it was a friend of mine. It was his condo, and we had a whole bunch of problems with the HOA and this and that. And because I know a lot of people kept saying like, man, I stay away from condos and this and that. And I had a guy, he was helping me through the process with that. And first we thought we had it sold, but the HOA was like, no, the title company wouldn't let us sell it. Well, wouldn't let the contract be sold to the new buyer because of the stipulations that was in that contract. You know what I'm saying? Or with the HOA. So I'm thinking I'm about to get a deal closed. I'm tight for cash at the time. I'm like, when they hit me, like, man, like, dang, back to the drawing board. So when that started happening, it was like a spiral effect where you start thinking like things not working out. So I had to get back to the drawing board. So I just started contacting more buyers, you know what I'm saying? And then contacted a buyer. He wanted it right away. No, it was her and her husband. They wanted it right away. It was a crazy situation with that. You know how that'd be. Person that was living there was like on some crazy trash. But yeah, but that worked out. And then, you know, honestly to this day, like I've never been into a title company. Everything I had wired to me. So like when that happened to me, it was like, dang, you know, I actually did this. You know what I'm saying? And even though the guy that helped me, he didn't bring a buyer, but since he helped me through the process, I still, you know, JV'd with him because, you know,
right. I remember you told me that the whole time. That was very honorable of you. I was thinking of that when you told me that you still cashed the dude out or whatever.
Right. We still, you know, broke it down. And
so real quick though, bro. Matter of fact, before you dive into the rest of the deals and whatnot, I just want to unpack the journey a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just want to make sure that the audience can kind of really take that in, because I think that you mentioned like a lot of valuable stuff already. So let me just take a step back real fast before we dive too far in. Like, I think that, you know, your story, bro, is so relatable to so many people, man. You know, it's like you went through a lot, bro. I remember when we first started talking to each other, and one of the very first things, it was like, yeah, it was like a relationship issue. Like, as soon as we started talking to each other, like the second conversation, it was like, yeah, man, me and my girl just broke up. I was like, oh, damn, you know? And then, you know, so that was a situation. Then after that, then, you know, it was moms, you know what I mean? And like, I remember when you started going to church or whatever, you know, and I would be seeing like your Facebook stories and stuff like that. And I was like, my man's is like really getting in there. Like, you was getting very spiritual, I can tell. And it's like, it was like a shift was taking place in your life. I remember thinking that actively. And then I know like at the beginning of this year, we also spoke or whatever. And you was just like, look, man, I'm about to get out here. I'm about to start taking action. We was game planning and stuff like that. And you've literally just been taking off, bro. So I just want to take a step back real quick and just to first off just say like, man, I'm proud of you, bro. For real. I really, really mean that, bro. For real. That's what makes it. Hey, I really mean it too, bro. Like, that's genuinely what makes the biggest difference between the winners and the people who gave up. Like, you just kept going, bro. I really mean it. Like, I use you as an example all the time for perseverance. Like, when I'm talking to people about, look, you got to keep going. I use you as an example. Like, look, man, my guy Jamal went through all types of stuff, and he out here crushing it now. There's no excuses. Like, I use you as an example all the time of like what it takes to go hard and what you can accomplish when you don't just quit. Like, literally from day one, you was facing adversity. You just never stopped. Other people just made excuses and stopped. You had all the reasons in the world to stop, but you kept going. And that's what's made the biggest difference up to this point, to be honest with you. For real.
Yeah, I always look at it like my pastor always say, like, you know, don't make excuses, make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
With everything, like, you know what I'm saying, from seeing like, you know, years ago, feeling like I was on top of the world, doing my shoe thing, whatever. And then, you know, starting over like a whole different path. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, something that happened in the last 2 years. Really, a lot of things been going on for real, like maybe like the last 5 years, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like so much happened in the last 2 years. But it was just like, you know, you can always feel like you could touch the light. Like, you can feel it, you see it there, but it just, you just don't know how you're going to get to it. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like it. Like, I always like, man, like, I could feel it, I could see it, but it's just like I don't know what I need to do. And I think like, you know, at that time that was just God just telling me that I need to give myself to him. And then once I gave myself to him and let him, you know, get in control of everything, things just open up, you know, like how I was, you know, even like I said, you know, relationship and talking to different females, I wanted to be focused. You know what I'm saying? I told myself like my best friend, like I never forget, I was sitting at his house too. He was like, man, well, the only way you're gonna be focused, man, you can't mess with no 1-2. So we don't say chicks or, you know, we just say 1-2. So like you gotta be focused. You can't mess with no 1-2s right now. And then I'm like, dang, like, you know, and I'm like, for real? And I'm just like, I just locked in, like, you know, and I wasn't talking to nobody. I wasn't trying to sleep with nobody. I was just trying to I would just focus on this paper chase, you know what I'm saying? And
I remember that too, bro. I swear I remember that. You was talking about it on social and everything. You was publicly on this mission. I remember that,
like,
for real.
Like I still going, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I didn't want nothing to distract me, you know, and I felt like even if I did meet somebody or this and that, I wanted to feel like, you know, I want to be accomplished myself before I could be into somebody else. And plus I had to find myself. And that's all about when I tell people that's going through it, when they going through their ups and downs or whatever, man, you got to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to, before you could try to be with somebody else or do anything with somebody, like, I really had to, like, find myself, and it had to take me time and grow. And now, like, I feel like I'm in the best peace and space I ever been in my life. You know, like,
Man.
people ask me about orders with shoes, like, or like why I don't do stuff with different people. Like, I'm in the best space of my life dealing with the people that I deal with now than I ever did dealing with celebrities or multiple people, because I could pick and choose my own piece. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I was dealing with, my anxiety, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And like now I pick and choose what I want to do, and I could take control of my life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, you know, they hold on to things and I hold them back. They stress out. Like, I just look at it like this, man. Like, I ain't about to worry or stress about nothing. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
I
know,
swear.
if something happened, you know, we just gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just cry or harp about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, something gonna happen. You know, if God meant for it to happen for me, it happened for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not gonna sit on my butt and just. And that was another thing too. Like, I was praying and praying and praying, but I was sitting waiting and not taking no action. So it was like, yeah, you can still pray to God and, you know what I'm saying, and do all these different things. But if you ain't trying to take action to do anything for your own life, like how things just gonna fall off the sky for you and just
Right.
naturally happen. You know, so
Man, I
I
think
was
that's
just
a good
thinking
thing
like,
to, oh, my bad. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, like, I think that was just a thing that I was just waiting on. Like, I was trying to get my credit together and I was working on my business. And I'm thinking, I'm going through this guy thinking he's going to set my business up to give me some funding. So I'm thinking of it like I was forgetting wholesaling. I'm thinking like,
Right.
okay, I'm about to get all this funding and I could just go ahead and buy flips or whatever and just be the buyer at the time. And I was getting scammed and played and all that. But I had to go through that though. You know what I'm saying? I had to like learn that because it was like, man, I was just sitting waiting and I wasn't, and that all goes in those months of, you know, that period. Like I wasn't taking no action because I was just sitting waiting on my butt, you know what I'm saying? Not doing what I was supposed to do.
I think that's what a lot of us end up doing sometimes when we're building up the business. And I think you mentioned a couple good points. Like one of the things is like, you know, once you started like kind of letting go like that pressure or whatever, you just gave it all to God. Like, look, God, I trust you. You got this or whatever, right? Like, I know that that's a major aspect, but I love how you mentioned that, you know, it's like, you know, I was praying to God, but it's like I wasn't out there doing the things necessary to make the dreams come true. I think that that's a very, very important point to make. And I love the fact that you actually mentioned that, you know? So I think a lot of us, we almost think it's going to happen like magically. Like we're just going to be able to pray or we're going to be able to like think of whatever it is that we want all the time. And it's just magically going to appear or something. And it just doesn't work like that. It's really 100% about putting that work in, about actually doing the steps necessary. It's like when you really kind of let go and let God, it's like that. It does help, but you also have to put in the work. It's like the way will be shown to you, but you have to take the actions to actually get through the path and get to the destination that you're trying to get to. I think that that's a major point to kind of make right there, bro, for real. And I know that you've been through a ton of stuff. I just wanted to mention, I just wanted you to touch base on the shoe aspect real quick, because like I know you mentioned like working with celebrities and stuff like that. Just for anybody that may be a little confused or like not understand what's exactly going on there, maybe you could break that down a little bit more for
Well, with the 2020, started like in 11, and
them.
for years I was selling shoes to Fabulous, the rapper, for probably like maybe like 7, 8 years. To Ross DJ, a lot of athletes, entertainers. I was selling shoes to them. Just on a regular basis, not just like a regular person, but whatever they needed, I was able to get it for them. But it took a lot out of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of up and downs, through the city, this and that, with any business. But it took a lot out of it. I made
I
a
can
lot of money, and I
imagine.
also lost a lot of money at the same time too.
Mm.
Probably put me maybe in a thought I was in a depression or something. Like, feeling like, I was on top of the world and losing it all to like I never forget one time, like, and I was going through it. I was doing Lyft, trying to make some extra cash. And
Hmm.
I picked the dude up, and he was like, "Man, ain't you snakes?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Man, what you doing
Damn.
driving Lyft?"
Oh, damn.
So, um, yeah, like that woke me up, man. Like my dude Kevo, my guy I was telling you that do comedian, and
Hmm.
he was just like, "Man, just get back doing your thing and just pick and choose who you want to deal with." And from there, things got a little bit better, but I was able to pick and choose what I wanted to do because I felt like right now where my purpose is at in life, I felt like the shoe game was, if I got back into it like how I was, I didn't want to draw me back into the world. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I know my vices. Like I don't drink or smoke or nothing like that or do drugs, but everybody had their own vices. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
So true.
I didn't want that to lead me into feeling myself or feeling like I was arrogant or feeling like I could do whatever I wanted to do, talk to who I want to talk to, sleep who I want to sleep with. So that's why I pick and choose not to do it, as much as
Right.
I want to. And then plus, they didn't have me running around the city like all day. Like I pick shoes up all day, dropping them off, mailing them, and all that time. Like real talk, you know how it go. Like a lot of people I see on Shade Room how they make fun of wholesalers, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody don't know how much money, not like that, but nobody don't know how much money, but I probably missed out on $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Or just
I feel you.
like, but me and you know that, but nobody, the average person not seeing that, they looking at it like there ain't no money or you can't make no money. But me and you know, like that could have
Hmm.
been me driving for dollars. That could have been me looking at a property,
Big
showing it to
facts.
somebody, get some stuff on the contract, getting ready to close. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when I tell people that, it's like y'all don't understand. Like me running around all day for your orders, yes, it's a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get the big picture. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Time is
So
money. Look, we ain't got time to just be riding around all day. I'm trying to make money at the end of the day. And it's only so much time in a day. Like shit, at some point you gotta start hiring people and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's just like another job. When you running the business, you really want to be running the business. You don't want to just have another job, you know?
yeah, and that goes back to like you always telling me like, "Ma, you gotta hire some people on and make a lot of things in your life much easier." So that's why I said, like, at the beginning of the week, it's gonna go we're going back to the drawing board and figure out how we're gonna get in the year out. Have a goal set in
Hmm.
mind, how we're gonna put some things in place. But like I said, like going back to the whole journey, like, like I never forget where I don't know if I heard it in church, I heard it somewhere, but it was like you don't have to like serve under somebody that's younger than you or you feel like less qualified than you or something like that. I may be pronouncing it wrong,
Hmm.
but it was a young guy that I do deals with now, and that we work off on. He's like, if I'm 35, he got to be probably like 23, 22, killing it. When I say killing it. And I remember we had met when I first started doing, wholesaling, and we met like in a coffee shop or whatever, and we were just talking. And I seen how he handled his business. That was like 2 years ago. And now, we would start doing things together. And then was just like I was watching a lot how he do his things, and it was just like I think it all brought back to what I had, what I had heard, like just watching, seeing somebody how they handle their business, hands on, and things like that.
Mm.
Because sometimes I do believe, God will put you in places or around people to let you see what your future gonna be like. You get what I'm saying? So
Thanks.
me seeing that and seeing how he was so dedicated, because it reminded me of reminded me of him. You know what I'm saying? How I was doing when I was doing my shoe thing at that age. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he doing it in the real estate game. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and seeing somebody like, not to put numbers out there, but put something like, made like almost like 40,000 in 1 month. That just blew my mind. You get what I'm saying? And then
Right.
and not just like on no line or capping. And I see he not no extra. He ain't trying to do nothing for the Instagram, internet. He just a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? Regular
Mm-hmm.
young dude. And that just pushed me. You know what I'm saying? I just like, man, this is why I don't mess with the shoe game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Say it's too much money to be made out here. It's barely 20-something years old out here killing it. Hold on. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Sometimes you need that comparison. Sometimes you need to see other people who are crushing it to kind of give you that motivation. For real. Be like, hold on, okay, if he's doing it, I damn sure know that I can do this too.
Yeah.
So, man.
It's a lot out there. That because people hit me all the time asking me about it and this and that, and I just tell them, man, you got to just like I went through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying?
Literally,
a lot
bro.
of,
Literally.
So it's easier to try to talk to somebody about it, but if they're not really on it, it's like not saying it'd be a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? But I want everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man. But it's like, man, this was a grind. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing there 2 years of a grind of really trying to figure it out. But I also know now that, I could have saved myself some time. But you live and you learn. And by me living and learning through that experience, that taught me a lot too now. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to know how to handle things and go about it.
So let's touch base on that though. It's like there's always mistakes that we make along the way, right? I think that's like everyone's journey as a wholesaler is that we made mistakes along the way. So to give as much value to the podcast audience, like what's some of those things along the way, like as you've been building your business that you could have changed or that you wish you had done differently or whatever? Let's break down like some of the adversities or mistakes and stuff like that or whatever. What would you say that is?
Well, first educating myself. You can't really just. Some people like you can have a conversation with somebody and they tell you how to do something, but you have to educate yourself on it and knowing how to do it. And another thing is too, just me talking to people, and I think that's another thing that helped me with going to church and serving, and helped me with my people skills, because I'm so used to being in the streets or whatever, doing what you're doing. I'm used to people coming to me. I'm not used to going to people. You get what I'm saying? So, and like I never forget somebody telling me like I was just watching HGTV shows and just watching how they talk to different people and how they articulate their conversations with different people. Just for you can educate yourself too. And just reading a lot. And that's a lot of vital information that's out there. Negotiations or watching YouTube, watching all your YouTubes, because you could help somebody along the way. But for real though, you have to like it's you're gonna go through some stuff, all my first thing, one of my biggest mistakes was not counting the money until the money not yours until it hits your bank account. Cause you'll think, you about to get like a big payday. Like I just had one other day. I had deals that closed at the last minute because of some, or had to take some money off because of things wasn't negotiated in the contract. Like, I got a situation now where me and my partner that I met through church, and we, like I said, we do a lot of things together, and it was just a blessing that, that was able to get together. Because I remember he was one of the first guys, the first property that I had under contract. He was one of the first guys that somebody was
That's all
calling me,
good.
but he was the first guy that came out to see the property to buy it, but the numbers was too high off. And I never forget, he told me, like, if you could get this property under for 25,000, I'll buy it. And then later on, year and a half later, start seeing him at my church, and we were serving together and this and that. And then just like God lined us together, you know what I'm saying? Put us together, you know what I'm saying?
The right
So,
way. Everything happens
but
for a reason.
yeah, like put us together. But yeah, like, not negotiating some things, get it understood. Like I have this buyer, he buys for me, but he also assigns things too as well. So he hit me like, well, if I was assigning it, yeah, I'd take care of the whole closing. But since I'm buying it straight up front, I'm not paying all the closing. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
So, that was a situation that we know that we're going through now, not knowing that, because sending another deal over to him, like, but we sent another deal over to him Friday for him to close on next week sometime. So we had to get that clear. Like, are you assigning this or buying it, so we can know what to put in the contract wise for when it's time, when the hood come out for it, won't be no surprise, because we could have closed on it on Friday, but now we may not close on it to Tuesday, because title companies, the holiday, because we didn't get that clarified. And that was I ain't gonna say my fault, but I assumed that he was going to do the closing, and that's a mistake on my end, not having that clarified, because we did a couple deals together, so I just didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So,
Man, honestly, I think that that's very, very valuable for a lot of people, bro. Like, you just knocked that question out the park. Seriously, like, that's a bunch of different situations where it's like, okay, I could have did this better, could have did this better. Sometimes this may happen. I think that provides a ton of value to people, for real. And no one's perfect, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can be out there doing a ton of deals, and you can still make a mistake here and there, or like something doesn't go perfectly. It happens all the time. I think a lot of people, they see us YouTuber type people, or even guys like yourself that they know are doing deals out here, and they just think that we're just perfect. Like, we don't make no mistakes. We don't face no adversity. Like, that's what people think, because that's all we kind of put online a lot of times is the good stuff, right? So that's why I wanted to ask you that question. Like what's the bad though? Like, what doesn't go right all the time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people put a lot of the fluff online. You know what I'm saying? So, talk about, the bad shit. I don't walk in houses where there's a trap house before. Walk in houses.
Same.
Walked in a situation where, like, a dude telling you, yeah, man, I'm going this room right here. You know what I'm saying? Or just like a lot of situations, like I said, don't count the money. Because I had plenty of deals fall apart at the last minute. The numbers wasn't right, or it's a lien on the property, or it's not just it's a lien on the property, it's a tax lien. It's a lot of things that can go
Title
on.
search comes back, shit is left. It is not right, it's left. We got to work on it. Let's make I know what you mean, bro. It's rough out here sometimes. It's not always going to be perfect. You got to be willing to roll with those punches and keep it moving straight up.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize too, because you can think this is another thing too. I know it's a lot of people, they just get deals just to have them, but it don't be a deal. And I got caught up with that too, just thinking like, I got something under contract, not doing the numbers and things like that. Because every deal not a deal. You got like a seller that may be trying to sell it probably for market value, you know what I'm saying? And we know that it's not market value.
Exactly.
So, the whole thing, we trying to get an under, market value to sell to an investor for an under market price, So that happens a lot too, where I have situations where, I had a lady, man, this deal took forever to close, man. Like literally, if this is September, this deal was in place since February, but it didn't close till maybe the end of July, the beginning of August, something like that. But yeah, it was a situation with the seller, and I had to go to 3 different buyers. But the situation with the seller was because when it was like maybe like 8 different people on the deed, and all of them was old. So it was like they didn't have like internet access
It's a
or
bad combination. It's a
yeah,
really bad combination.
yeah, bad situation where I brought a buyer in place. The guy, he showed me his proof of funds, thinking things was gonna close. Did the proper procedures.
Right.
Showed me proof of funds. Took forever. It couldn't close. I'm like, man, we're gonna have to just move to somebody else. She can't close. Then the lady, she was trying to buy a house for her and her husband, a family house. Thought it was a perfect situation. So this was right before COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like right before it. So it hit. She in a rush to buy. She's like she wasn't from here. So well, she from, but she was just more demanding. Her and her husband, they was demanding, and they didn't understand. Like we in the middle of a pandemic. COVID just hit. Everything closed in our city. So basically, like
Right.
you only could. I think at that time you only could get to the city once a week. So deals was slower. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't understanding that. She was. I felt like I was like a counselor at the same time, marriage counselor.
Hey, you gotta be when we out here, bro. You like a little bit of everything when you're working with these people, straight
Yeah,
up.
talking to me about her husband situation. I'm like, look, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. All I could do is just, wish you the best. Like I was just trying to talk to her the best I can,
Right,
but
right.
they had to move forward to somebody else. Put another buyer in place. But the buyer stuck on. He didn't give up or nothing like that. He understood that it was a process, and actually, my guy that I worked to deal with, man, he had notary whatever too. He had to drive like almost an hour away, do some work for the title company, just to make sure they get the deal, the paperwork signed. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing the extra work for the title company. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
so that's
Man.
another thing too, though. Like a lot of the title companies will can throw your deals off too, and I'm learning that, and not not executing it fast or doing
Mm-hmm.
having a proper communication. Because I could talk to a title company and they'd tell me like, yes, we talked to the buyers and this and that and communicated with them. And I'm talking to the buyer, letting them know this and that, and they like, no, we ain't talk to nobody. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of situations that happens in this business that I'm learning, and I'm still growing too. Like I'll be the last person to tell somebody like I'm a pro, I'm an expert, or none of that. Like I'm learning
Mm-hmm.
every day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like because I'm still trying to better myself to be the best person I could be. You know what I'm saying in this business. But
I
I
feel
could
you on
tell
that.
people what happened to me and what works best for me. That's even in my life, spiritual, whatever, anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
whatever what works for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened for me. Like you could apply that to whatever that you want to do, but that's what works for me and it helps me. But I also notice like I take my time now. I'm not like in a rush. I'm not like anxious. You know what I'm saying? But then
Mm-hmm.
and that all goes back to finding my peace with God because that helps me a lot. With everything because you'll be excited, and you'll be stressed out thinking something going on, and you can't get a deal going on. You'll stress yourself out, and you feel
Yeah.
like giving up, but you just like when those deals fell apart, I just took a breather and just like what, you always got to keep stuff in the pipeline going. So
Yep.
like I never
Yep. How many
forget.
times have I said that?
Yeah, I was just about to
For
say,
real.
like you told me, like you keep stuff in the pipeline going because once you have it in the pipeline, and something don't fall through, you got something else that you can work on right
Yep.
away. The next deal, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And
So
that happens all the time too. Just so y'all know that like you people that's listening or whatever, everything is not gonna be perfect. It's like random stuff is gonna come up and damn near every other deal that you face, it's gonna be new stuff that you're dealing with, and you gotta be willing to roll with the punches. Don't think that you need to have all of the answers though to actually start taking action because it's always going to be something new. There's no way that you're going to be 100% prepared for every single situation in real estate. It just does not work like that. You have to be prepared to learn, to try, fail, and adjust over and over and over again, as many times as it takes for you to feel comfortable and to understand that process and get out here and get deals for real. I think that's super important. So real quick though, bro, like, cause I know I think we like 45 minutes in here now, whatever. I want to make sure that people can get a feel for the deals. You feel me? So like I know that you out there crushing it, bro. Maybe if you can paint a little bit more of a picture of what the business currently looks like, between you, employees, if you have them, deal flow, stuff like that. If you can kind of break that down a little bit, give people a preview.
Well, right now, wholesaling definitely has opened the doors up for me to be able to purchase properties and things like that. Um, and right now, I'm in place to be able to get some tenants involved because, like, I feel like after every deal, well, after every couple of deals that you do, since we wholesalers and we know how the properties are, you buy something and hold it and sit on it. You get what I'm saying? Even if
Right.
you may not do something with it right away, it's an asset for you. And a lot of things too, though, people don't realize that you can take over properties just paying on the taxes. Like I ain't came across a free property like that before. God just didn't want to have nothing to do with it because he was like, it was too much taxes, but it was only $5,000 in back taxes.
It's
So,
a pretty good deal, bro. Pay those
you
taxes
know,
up. It's your property now. There you go.
right. So worked that out, and it was a two-family home. So like, there's a lot of different ways, and it's so much different. It's so much out here, in real estate that a lot of people don't know about, but that I'm learning too that I didn't know about either. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like as far as employees, I'm just working with other people trying to get a team rolling. That's why I said like Tuesday getting the ball back rolling because I
Right.
won't be able to do so much on my own because it's so much that I could do, but I could be more effective if I have other people doing other things
Right.
than me doing everything all in one. Because when you're
Mm.
doing everything all in one, you're gonna burn yourself out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the
I had
time
to,
is limited.
yeah, time is limited. So, like I said, real estate definitely has opened up the doors for a lot of different things. As far as like, I remember just doing one deal a month to two deals a month to almost 10 a month. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm.
So, like, that's just, I know a lot of people, they don't like doing small deals, but I go by volume. So, like, I look
Mhm.
at it like, I still take on it because we're gonna go by volume. Like, should we just go ahead and get it on the next one? You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
that could take care of a bill or something. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So, I just look at it like we're just gonna go like that. But I don't, but I also still be focused on my own deals that I have going on. Like it just it's still like surprising, humbling because how coming from where I came from and seeing how things work, and it just like you just sit back and just think like, dang, I'm blessed. Like God has really changed everything around for me.
Mhm.
And I do hear that from people, and they be like, "Mom, I'm proud of you, this and that." You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, a lot. And it's just like, sometimes I have to shed a tear because it's like I remember how things was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
you
I
know
know
what I'm
the
saying?
feeling, bro.
Like,
I
yeah,
swear.
yeah, you know how things was and were and where you was at. But now, even years ago, like when I was doing the shoe business, I was making a lot of money, but I was growing a lot of money at the same time. So I always feel like
Mhm.
if I'm making a lot of money, I'm gonna get it right back. But now, of course, my kids they was already taken care of, but I wasn't thinking about no future for them at the same time. So now it's like I'm thinking about a future for them, thinking about leaving them some a legacy. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Mhm.
the worst thing is for a person to die is not leave their kids some or leave their family some. That's selfish. You know what I'm saying? So
I
now I'm looking
agree.
at it like, if I was to go now, I'll be able to lead them some. So anything can happen tomorrow, today, as soon as we get off the phone. Like I just look
That's
at
a
life.
fact.
I just look at life so much differently now. From everything it was in the past. So
Man, I
now
love
it's like
to hear
I'm
that.
just trying to just lead something to grow. Right now I'm trying to put some things in place. Um, just to build the business and keep it growing. And, like I said, I'm getting back to the drawing board at the beginning of the week.
So you
And
solo dolo out there? So it's just you as far as like the team. Like right at this moment, at least, it's just you solo dolo, but you work with other people as well. Like do some JV deals, I'm assuming, with other people in the market.
yeah, as far as my business aspect, yes, it's just me, my business, actually Property Solutions. If somebody want to look it up. But just throwing that out there. Yeah, as far as my business, but I do work with other people.
Right.
We trying to figure some things out, as far as to build the team together. That's what I said, like we just getting things together at the beginning of the week to figure out how we could, because a lot of people, and I learned this too every time too in business, a lot of people say they want to work together and do business, but they don't have that mentality because everybody want to be the boss and this and that and this. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
everybody can't come together and work together and do some things. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But now what I learned, in this business and what I can do and what I can't do. So I would rather right now just start working on the things that I'm not strong in because I want to be strong at everything. So I
I
want to try
feel
to
you.
do the opposite route. You get what I'm saying? So if
Right.
I'm off,
Right.
like if I'm not good at cold calling or trying to get back to the basics or being out and about, like, I want to get back to doing the things that I haven't done. Because if I'm always doing something that I always do, like, of course, I'm
There's
good
no
at that
growth in
part.
that. Right. Because
Right.
you don't get no
So,
growth.
yeah, so I'm trying to grow and doing some things that I haven't done before. You know what I'm saying? So,
So speaking of that, then, like, what are your main marketing strategies right now? Like, what's actually working for you out there in Cleveland?
right now, Facebook is actually working. Man, to
Like
be honest
groups
with you,
or
though,
ads? We talking about?
groups, to be honest with you, I just I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you, man. All my deals have just been working. I just been dealing with a few buyers, and I just been feeling what they want. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I have to get back into the basics of doing some other because it's like I just been appeasing the buyers that I have. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Mm,
like I have
right.
deals
Right.
that come through, and then before at first I would just post all my deals on Facebook, let
Hmm.
go, offer up, all that. I was doing all that before. But as soon as I get a deal, it's like I send it to my buyer, he wants it right away. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Or
Yep. Yep.
or
That's
send
how
it
I
to
like doing my deals. Shit, I want things to be as simple as possible. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to put nothing on Facebook. If you see me promoting the property on Facebook, that means all hell broke loose on that deal. Like, everything went left if I'm promoting the property on Facebook, for real. Because I want
yeah, like
to access that text message, that email, boom, it's sold. That makes me come alive right there. That's the whole reason why I position myself with getting the buyers first, for real, just
yeah,
for exactly what you just said. So you can have those experiences.
yeah. So that's how everything's been working lately.
That's nice.
If like I said, using Facebook and this and that, last minute resort and things like that. Of course, email blasts, but man, like my buyers, I know what they want. So right now, I'm about to be more focused on the west side of Cleveland. Um, like a lot of people buying on the east side, but that's where I'm about to really focus on the west side. I don't think there's a lot of people that's focusing on the west side. Not saying that I don't know, but I just think that is you could have where I stay in Cleveland, like you could have two family, which is 2 bedrooms up and 2 bedrooms down. So altogether,
Mm-hmm.
on the east side of Cleveland, maybe for like maybe 15, 25,000. Some people may be on the west side, may buy for double that, and it could still be the hood of the west side. It ain't got to be the. It's just like they look at the east side is different than the west side. That's probably in each
Right.
city or whatever. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, but I'm about to start more focusing on those, especially a lot of the single families and multi families, and also the commercial units too. Like commercial units, I had a few commercial units that that we ain't let go for and got nice paydays over there, like almost over 10,000. So,
Okay.
and
Okay. And so I'm
so
curious then, like, so like you said that, like, you typically just primarily, like, you're searching for that in-house list of buyers, right? So, like, so you're coming across it, but I'm curious, like what actual methods are you using? Like, are you like mostly, you say Facebook groups, do you mean like you like are primarily finding deals that people have already and then you helping them slam dunk them? Or like are y'all cold calling? Or that's what I'm just curious or whatever, to give people like
uh
a genuine feel for like how the deals actually are procured.
I mean at first this is how I was doing it. When I wasn't really getting no deals done, I was always watching what people would post on the internet. So of course, I noticed it being wholesaling, somebody had posted a deal like, yo, I'm a I'm selling a property, man, you'll see a whole bunch of comments and be like, yo, this and that. So I would get, I was writing them down. You know what I'm saying? Writing those emails and writing those contacts down. Then I was contacting the people and asking them questions to see if they really were buyers for real. Because a lot of them was just wholesalers, just like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But once I started weeding those people out, and I probably was doing it the long, hard way. You know what I'm saying? But that kept me grinding. You get what I'm saying? Like it kept me going because I was like fishing for different buyers and things like that. And then once I was able to get, you know, a good group of people that were able to buy from me, then that's when things just, you know what I'm saying, went to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a buyer that, you know, that we had a bad relationship with. It seemed like a lot of relationships that I thought that was left last year are all good now. Like we didn't start off on the right path. Not on the right path, but he was just like giving me the runaround, you know what I'm saying? But now he blows me up all the time, asking me what I got. You get what I'm saying? Or he's buying from me all the time. Or
the right
just
way.
like, yeah, you know, or it's like people when I try to reach out to, they didn't want to wholesale with me or even talk to me, have a conversation with me. People want to have conversations now. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you see that growth and you see that, you know, that transition, you know, but like I said, I was just always trying to just find a different way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do something differently. That's just like with any business. I think, you know, you want to try to find something, do something different what the next person is doing, you know, or even when you do talk to other people that's in the business, because a lot of times I look at it like this. If it's a deal, maybe like for 10,000 and we getting 5,000 off of it or whatever, and we coming together and we do that, you keep it going. You get what I'm saying? Or if I'm doing it by myself, that's my deal, whatever. But you're still keeping it going and you're growing and you're learning. Like it's people I talk to now, they don't have a problem sharing information with me. Like I don't have a problem sharing information with them. Like we just all have a goal at the end of the day, you know, and that's how I look at it. You know, you gotta have a goal.
Man, that's a fact, bro. That's definitely a fact, man. We got to be out here rocking and rolling hard towards that vision that we're shooting for real. The vision is everything. I feel like that's what really makes the whole game, for real. Like once you got that vision, then you can actually start taking those action steps to complete that vision, turn that vision into reality. So
right.
I don't want to get too philosophical, but so I'm curious though, bro. Okay, so you know me, you know, when I have people come on to the podcast or whatever, it's like a few questions that I like to ask everybody or whatever. So one question that I do have for you, bro, is, well, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. So one question that I do have for you, whatever, is like, you know, obviously, you know, just like you were starting off a couple years ago, whatever it was, whatever, you had questions, right? And you really wanted to know what was the best way to get into the game, things of that nature. You know, we're all seeking knowledge out here. So a lot of people who are listening to this podcast right now, whether it's now or, you know, way in the future, they're trying to get guidance on like, how can I become that person, right? So I'm curious, like, what would be your best advice to someone who's just trying to get started in wholesaling?
My best advice is just, if this is what you really want to do, you have to be focused and lock yourself all the way in, you know, and educate yourself. You know, you have to. If not, you're going to miss a lot of information and you're gonna miss out on time, you know, and watch Ed Hayes YouTube. But for real. But no, you have to, like, I honestly say, man, this is something that you want to do. Like, of course, yeah, you know, people make good money for it, you know, but a lot of things for money, you know, I wasn't happy with it at the same time, you know, so you have to, I got into it playing the long run game. So I knew that it was going to be a grind in the beginning and things, you know, like things may slow up, you know, like it's about to be the winter time. So that's why I'm working so hard now, because things may slow up in the winter, who knows? But if this is something that you want to do for sure, research it, and don't let nobody tell you that you couldn't do it. Like I remember my old landlord told me, like, Ma, you know, man, I get those letters all the time, man. You ain't gonna make no money doing this. And what he ended up doing, liquidating all his properties. You know what I'm saying? To a wholesaler. You get what I'm
Look at
saying?
that. Happens all the time, bro. Don't never let nobody tell you that you can't do it. For
Yeah.
real. That's some of
Like
the
so,
best advice.
like if this is what you want to do, and you want to get into wholesaling, and you don't know how to get into wholesaling, definitely get you a mentor. You know, because like I said, hey, you changed my life. You know, so like
Hey, I
I thank
appreciate that,
you.
bro.
You know, for real, like real talk, like being able, not just being able to talk to you, you know, just talk to you off subject things, and you know, you being there for me, you know, kept me pushing me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like a, you know, somebody that's trying to get you and this and that for your dollars and sell you something on the program or something like that.
Hmm.
But, you know, that changed my life. And like I said, you know, I wanted it, you know, I wanted it bad enough. Like you gotta want it, you know what I'm saying, real bad. And if you don't want it, you're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I told myself I wanted to live nice. I wanted to get back to driving a nice car. I wanted to dress good. I wanted to provide for my kids. I wanted to do this. So you may have to change some things in your life. You know, you got to go broke before you can get good. Like I went from people thinking I was the biggest shoe dealer in the world from not buying myself a shoe for almost 2 years. You get what I'm saying? Not buying myself nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
just really, it looked good. Yeah, I was a clean guy, so nobody didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I knew in myself, in my head, like I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, that'll mess you up. You know, especially your kids asking for something. You know, you trying to work towards a goal. Like you know, you got to just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And just don't let nobody tell you that you can't do nothing. You know, and just cut all the BS aside and just let everything go and just get to it. You know what I'm saying? And the rest will come. You know, that's what I would tell anybody that's trying to do real estate or whatever. Somebody want to get into selling hair, whatever they want to do. You know, anything you gotta want it. Don't do it just because you see a lot of people doing it and they're making money. But if you ain't got no passion into it, you ain't like I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got no passion into this, you ain't gonna it ain't gonna work for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You
I
may
think
make a
that
couple
that's
dollars here and
powerful.
there.
Right, but
Yeah.
nothing sustainable if you don't love it, man. That's so true, bro. I think that that's real powerful what you say right there, you know? I think that a lot of people, they see the glitz and glamour, bro. You know, and that's part of the reason you see me. Look, I'm dressed down. I ain't look the most fancy thing. I got like some beads and a little watch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing special, bro, on purpose because I don't want people to fall in love with the things. I want them
Right.
to fall in love with the work that it takes to get these things. You get what I'm saying? I got fancy stuff. I don't want people to think about that because I'm not trying to be some entertainer. I'm not on some stage dancing around like Bojangles and shit to get people excited about taking action on their goals and dreams. You get what I'm saying? I don't want it to
Right.
feel like a facade or like, I got to put on this, like this mask or like this persona of like being rich and successful and da 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 da. In all reality, the people that I follow, like the Jeff Bezoses, the Mark Zuckerbergs, and Warren Buffett, you don't see them out here all flashy and fly and shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't rocking these big ass gold chains and looking like. To me, it's just kind of comical. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch billionaires and how they operate, and that's how I
Right.
try to conduct myself. So I think just in general, what you telling people, like really get learned on what it is that you want to do. Like understand what it is that you need to be doing and don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody try to talk you down, tell you you can't do it because you absolutely can. I got people that's literally not even from this country, literally immigrants who can barely speak English, who are out here crushing it. So it's like any grown man or woman or whatever that period. Like if you grown and you have all of your mental facilities there, you can do this business. But don't just do it because you see Max Maxwell on TV, flashy and fly, driving around in nice cars and da 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 da. Don't just do it because you see all of this money and da 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 da. Do it because you genuinely want to. Do it because this is
Exactly.
something that you're passionate about. Otherwise, it's just not gonna harness that energy necessary to actually get to the end goal. So I think that's some really, really good advice, bro. For real. I really, really appreciate that. I think a lot of people are gonna gain a lot from that. Seriously.
Yeah. Like you're saying, like it's man, that's it's nothing more to it. Like, you have to really want it, and that's just with any business, like I said, wholesaling is not easy. That's why a lot of people don't understand it. But you also have to, use it as a tool, to figure out what you want to do for your future. And that's what my thing is, using wholesaling as a tool for my future, and put people in place, to do other things and be able to help them better themselves and their families as well. So that's the goal where it's supposed to go to. But like I said, you have to have a goal put in place, and like I said, delete some things off of in your life, your Instagram, your social medias, or because when you see a lot of fluff's gonna be in your way too at the same time. So you want to, if you're gonna follow some people, see some educational people that's really, about their businesses, because, well, like I said, you could read motivational stuff all day. You can see it on your internet. You can see this and that. But if you ain't believing in that stuff, if you're not believing in it yourself, it ain't gonna matter. Anybody can tell you anything. You can read anything. You can read the Bible. You can do all that. But if you don't believe in it, it ain't gonna mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so you have to believe in it, and you have to just want it. You know what I'm saying? And just let go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, let God put everything in place for you. That's what it's about.
Hey, man, I love it, bro. I really, really mean that, man. I think a lot of people is gonna gain a lot from that, man. This is real talk right here. I want y'all to realize that, like my man Maul, like he had to go through a lot. Like I want y'all to understand that. Like honestly, I feel like, bro, honestly, a huge portion of the reason why I wanted you to come onto the podcast is because your story is so similar to so many other people that I talk to, so many other people that reach out on this podcast or reach out on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. They're facing very similar circumstances to you. Seriously, but you just kept going. Like, I think that's the biggest difference. It's like, just keep going. How bad do you want this stuff that you're asking for? Because I feel like life is constantly asking you that question. But how bad do you want it? But how bad do you want it? It's like life is always going to constantly ask you that question. Life is like a heartbeat. You're going to face ups and downs. It's never just going to be all peak. If you experience an all peak, get ready for the next low. This is how life works. No one's life is perfect. No one has every single thing figured out. But the people who really grind and make a difference out here in this world are the ones who are not willing to make excuses for where they are right now. Like they are gonna put in that work. They either have they either have the circumstances in place that they need to win, or they create those circumstances for themselves to win. But it's no excuses in between or whatever. It's just pure hard work, really putting in that grind, really not making no excuses. Ask yourself, how bad do you want this stuff? Seriously. So
Yeah, don't expect nobody. A lot of people don't expect anything to be given to you at the same time. That's another thing too. I just got to harp on. But like I said, you gotta want it, and you gotta go out and get it, and don't expect anything to be handed to you. Like I said, you sit back. You'll be waiting. Like, at the end of the day, like, you gotta want it, because people did the same thing that you trying to do. So like I said, we got the same 24 hours in the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you can figure it out. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube, plenty of books on the internet. Like me personally, like I said, even though it may look like, Jamal's doing great, this and that, it's still a lot of stuff that I have to work on. So in order for me to work on that stuff, I got to lock myself back out and get back to me, because I got a goal that I'm trying to do. And if I ain't about to hit that goal, I feel like I wasted these last few months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So especially like, coming from what I've been trying to build. So like, I know what I need to do to better myself. So like I said, getting back locked in, working on some things. So I'll be blowing you up again.
Hey, we right back at it, bro. You already know I'm right here for you, my brother. We gonna keep rocking and rolling to the next level, for real.
Right. So just like I said, it's a new level now. So it's all about just staying focused and just keeping it going.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, though, man. Hey, man, bro, I really, really mean it when I say it. Those, like, I don't know. Man, I couldn't wait to get you onto the podcast, bro, just because like I know that you've been through a lot, bro. So you're a real testament of what it takes, like what can happen if you keep going. So real quick though, like I want to just to make it concrete for people or whatever, you were telling me like whenever the last time that we had chat or whatever, like what's the deal flow looking like? Like how many deals are you producing out there in Cleveland? And also, how can other people reach out to you if they want to link up with you to do more deals?
Right now, the deal flow, I would say now, like on an average, maybe like 9 to 10 deals a month. You know what I'm saying? That's on the average. You may have maybe like 16 or 17 on the contract, but that don't necessarily mean they're all of them, you know.
Right.
You know, but you still want to keep it going. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Absolutely.
so you know, you still want to keep that going. As far as getting in contact with me, my Instagram is well, I still use my personal. I still have a business Instagram, which I think is SD_ property solutions. But as far as that's because it's crazy. I really don't even use my business Instagram. I just thought about that. But my personal Instagram, you know, people can reach out to me. Is sneaks with a Z dot Dissa. That's my Instagram. And as far as my email, people can reach me at Jamal at sdpropertysolutions.net. You know, that's my email, and that's the website as well. So, like I said, I'm open, you know, to anybody want to reach out to me, talk to me, things like that. Like I said, this has opened me up. I remember I told you that I may want to start, you know, getting on the podcast or something. So this is my first time, you know.
For real?
And,
yeah. Hey, well, I'm glad to introduce you to the podcasting world, my brother.
Yeah, it's a different world out here, man. You know,
man.
that I got to tap into, you know. But also, like, I'm learning from you, you know, because, you know, watching you and see how you move, see how you is with your family. You know, say congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
that. Baby on the way.
Real.
Seeing how you move, and you know, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? You're about your family, you know, and that's what I love to see. You know, you always been about that. You know, and I'm just, like I said, I'm glad God put you in my life. You know what I'm saying? And stay with me and keep me going, pushing me. Like even when there was times I did, like I said, it was times, you know, I didn't say that I didn't want to do it, but I felt it. And you still, you know what I'm saying? You still was pushing me and telling me you got me, whatever I needed, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna let you fall, bro. I told you, I ain't gonna let you fall, bro. We gonna knock this out together. We gonna walk through that finish line together. I got you, for real.
Right. So like I said, I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you, man. And like I said, things is, like I said, the beginning of this week, get back in, because I got an office space too now. So nice side. So now, like, get back into there, like, you know, like the drawing board and put things on my whiteboard and what I got to do, what I, you know, a lot of things to do. So this is probably today is Sunday. So today and tomorrow are probably my last relaxing day. And even though I just moved settled in, but like it's really about to be a lot of work that's about to be put in place.
Hey, I feel you, bro. You say back to the grind on Tuesday.
Yeah, you know, I've still always been on the grind, but it just now that when Tuesday hit, it's a new focus now. You know what I'm saying? New goals, new things to trying to implement some new different things. So
well, my man, you say you got the office out there, bro. You rocking and rolling, getting crazy deals on a monthly. Man, bro, super impressive, bro. I really mean that, man. I'm proud of you. I'm glad to see you out there rocking and rolling, bro, for real. Don't stop the grind ever, bro. For real, because it's super impressive. I really want to see you keep rocking and rolling out there. Excuse me. I think I connected you with my guy Austin Rutherford as well, who came onto the podcast. He's out there in Ohio, so I think he's in Columbus. Yeah, Columbus though, right? How far is Columbus from Cleveland? I'm curious.
It's like 2.5 hours, man. But he's killing it, man. we talk every briefly, you know, but he's killing it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I rocks with Austin Rutherford hard, man. That's my guy for real, man. I like him. He's cool. Matter of fact, I need to go check out his YouTube channel. It's been a little bit. I wonder if he's still making the videos and whatnot. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, he got some nice content on there as well. So yeah, he's doing his thing. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, man, hey, bro, I definitely want people to be able to connect with you. I'm gonna make sure that I have that LinkedIn. The website, whatever else. I'm going to have all of your contact information down below so they can link up with you and whatnot on social media. We went through basically everything or whatever, but I want to give you a chance, bro. Like, is there anything else that you like to say to the community, kind of let them know, advice, anything like that?
Like I said, man, just, stay focused. That's all I did was stay focused and let all the BS out of your ear, whatever. If anything that's telling you not to do something, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Stay focused and just keep it going. No matter what, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's coming from a person, like I said, that been down, rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first. And like I said, just give it all to him, and he'll make everything possible, man. And don't stress him. So, that's all I can say, man. Just like I said, keep going, man, for real.
Hey, that's good advice, man. Hey, one of my truest quotes, one of the things that I live by is that in life, you either win or you quit. Ain't no middle ground, in my opinion. You either get to the destination or you gave up halfway there and you quit. So therefore you lose. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's some really, really good advice, bro. For real, man. Hey, bro, look. We did it, bro.
This is the first of many more. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
for real, bro. For real. I would love to have you back onto the podcast so we could chat about, any other things that's going on, talk some deals. We can even just talk general wholesaling stuff, topics that's going on in the community and whatnot. But, man, bro, really appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a very productive conversation. We really covered a lot of things, man. I hope that if you all are listening, that y'all gained a ton of value from this podcast. I've been waiting to do this session with my man's Jamal Rogers for a nice little minute, man. So we finally made it happen. Like he just said, this is the first of many. So make sure that y'all on the lookout. Hit that like button if y'all haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well, guys. Don't forget that. Now hit that good old red button, make it turn gray. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, bro, I think that's about it, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And until next time, guys, we are out.
All right, thanks, my guy.